Hello everybody and welcome to another Reviews That Don't Matter with Jessica Hit. My name is Jessica Hit and today you'll know what we're doing if you see my last couple videos or at least pass them by on your subscription list. I am doing Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift Trace. Okay, so the third one, Tokyo Drift, is kind of the outlier of the entire series because it doesn't have Paul Walker in it. It has a little sprinkle of Dominic Toretto, aka Vin Diesel, at the very end, but it's kind of out there on its own. Besides, of course, the character of Han, who is my favorite character in the entire series. I really like Sung Kang, and his Han is just awesome, and he's cool, and he's really, I'm gonna say this right now, the only good part of this movie. Yep, you've seen it here. I do not like this movie. I don't. It's terrible. And I remember when this movie came out, I didn't even know about the Fast and Furious movies. It wasn't anything on my radar. I did not know I don't even remember what year this came out with, but I do remember Tokyo Drift coming out and everybody was talking about drifting. Like, everybody I knew had watched this movie, and I don't know why. I never watched it. My close friends didn't really watch it. I didn't really hear like amazing things from it, but everybody was talking about it. It was really strange. Drifting was like the cool new thing, and it was set in Japan, it was set in Tokyo, and this was kind of, I think it was around the time that like Tokyo was having like a really big pop culture moment. I mean, I always think that Tokyo is like awesome and like should be having a moment in pop culture, but this was like a big moment, I think, if I'm remembering my history correctly. Okay, here's the plot of this movie as if it matters. This movie starts off in Texas, I think, because Texas. And it starts with this kid who in real life is 24, but he looks about 34, and he's playing a like 17-year-old. The beginning of this movie is so bad that I almost don't want to explain it, but I'm gonna explain it for your benefit. Put me through torture because of you. Anyway, he's going to this new school. It's his first day. He goes through the entire day just like really not having it, and he goes to his car to leave for that day, and he's getting picked on by these like cool kids who are like the jocks, probably some like big football stars here in this Texas town, because football's that big down there, and like people love high school football. If you've seen Friday Night Lights, you'll know. And of course, both of them likes to wave their dicks around a little bit, and they're like, look at this, yeah, my car might be old, but it's faster than your big giant truck, and all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden, like the girlfriend of the bad guy is like offering herself up as a prize for whoever wins this race. Like, what? Like, come on, have some pride in yourself, girl. Like, don't be doing that. No, obviously that relationship between the head cheerleader and the head football guy isn't gonna last very long if she's already trying to get out. Anyway, he gets into this giant crash. It's a big crash. He probably shouldn't have survived it, honestly. And so he gets shipped off as his punishment to live with his dad in Tokyo, Japan, and I still don't understand why his dad is in Tokyo. I know he's like a US Marine Sergeant or something like that, and I don't know if he's there for work, but he's never really doing anything, I feel like, in Tokyo. I don't really know why he's there, but he gets sent there mainly because, Justin Lin wanted like a cool setting for this movie. He is the director of this movie, Justin Lin is. So he goes to this school, and he meets his friend Twinkie, who was played by Bow Wow, formerly known as the artist Lil Bow Wow. They become friends, and of course, he, on like his first day, decides to hit on the one girl he should not have hit on. Neela, I think is her name, a very generic girl in this movie. But you know what? I do like the actress quite a bit. I've seen her in a couple things, and she's pretty good. But, you know, it's the generic female character in these movies that they do all the time. Anyway, this is the girlfriend of the, like, main villain of this whole thing. Takashi is his name. They call him DK because he's the Drift King. And it's played by Brian T. Sean and Twinkie find themselves in this, like, racing community that is kind of run by, it's not really Takashi, but he's always there because he's the Drift King, but by Han, the coolest character, who is working for Takashi's dad, who is the leader of the Yakuza, which if you don't know, is like basically the mob for the Japanese. Like, they're big. Don't mess with the Yakuza. And of course, you know, Sean just likes to wave his dick around all the time, and he decides to drift race Takashi, DK, Drift King. And of course Sean loses because he doesn't know what the hell drifting is, and he wrecks Han's car, who Han graciously lent him. And so to pay off that debt and to not tell his dad or anyone else, Sean is working for Han, and they eventually kind of become friendly, and then Han decides to teach him how to drift so that way he can take out Takashi, aka DK, Drift King. So, I think this is really all an elaborate plot for Sean to get into Neela's pants. Because for some reason she's dating him. I think it was because she was afraid to break up with him because her dad, or his dad, was the leader of the Yakuza, or grandpa, I don't really remember, to tell you the truth. So they were together, I don't know, and then she kind of chooses Sean's side, and then all of a sudden there's like this big thing where they're racing down the streets of Tokyo, and then Han dies because his car flips over, which we later realize he died because of a whole different reason, but his car catches on fire and he's dead. And I'm just like flipping over my popcorn like, really, you killed the best character in this goddamn movie? So then Sean and Neela go back to his place where his dad is, and then Takashi, aka DK, Drift King, comes, but then there's a standoff with guns. Remember, his dad is like a US Marine sergeant guy, and so he, of course, knows how to use them. It's pretty intimidating. And so, the whole thing is ended by Neela being like, hey, no, I'll go with Takashi, so that way there's no like crazy West Side Story thing happening right now where everyone dies, you know? And so she goes with him, and then honestly I don't remember how the movie ends. Right, okay, yeah, Twinkie, Lil Bow Wow, gave money to Sean, who was the main white guy, to pay back Takashi, aka DK, Drift King, his dad for the Yakuza because Han stole money from them or something. And so the movie ends, and Neela gets free of Takashi, aka DK, Drift King, because Sean at the very end of the movie is like, we're gonna race, we're gonna drift in the same place that they did originally. And of course Sean wins because he's the protagonist, the white guy that wins. And at the very end, he gets challenged by none other than the Dominic Toretto, who we learn knew Han. So, ties it all in, you know? Good ending to the story. Bad movie. You see the death of one of the best characters in the whole stupid series in Han. So it's very disappointing. But it's not the worst of the franchise. That honor goes to Too Fast and Too Furious. But what's really good about this movie is that it takes place right before the events of Furious 7. So Han gets to be in number 4, 5, and 6. Okay, if you like that review, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, what did you guys think of Tokyo Drift? Did you think it was just as terrible as I thought it was? Or better, did you actually like the movie? How do you feel about Han? What age do you think Sean Boswell actually is? 34. And also, don't forget to subscribe so that way you guys don't miss any of my Fast and the Furious content, because, you know, why would you want to? Also, bonus point to you guys if you notice that I still haven't changed, because 1, this is all filmed in the same day. 2, I'm very lazy, I didn't want to pick out a new outfit. 3, it's a metaphor for me trying just as hard as this movie. So, will I be wearing the same thing for the next video? We'll find out tomorrow. Goodbye.